Hi there, my name is Genna, aka Jen's Pens, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's the middle of the year, and you know what time it is. It's time to go over my mid-year techo kaigi / planner lineup, journal ecosystem, however you call her. These are the 4 journals, planners I'll be going over today, my tried and true method, my bread and butter, and we'll see how much I've changed since January when I first made my techo kaigi video. And we'll see if the systems I set up have been successful this past year. Let's get into it. This is my hobonichi 5-year techo, memory keeper for the past 4 years. Got 1 more year to go. This is my plotter, Pueblo Brown, and this is my planner. I use her literally every day, carry her around with me to the office and back. I use her for journaling, etc. We'll see how much I have been successful in using her though. These 2 are my traveler's notebook journals. So this is where I journal about my mundane, everyday fun moments here in Australia, memory keeping, and this is my fun travel journal filled with memories from my recent Thailand trip, but also a little bit from my Philippines trip, which I haven't finished journaling. So let's get into everything in depth. So the first thing I'm going to share with you today is my plotter. My plotter is my baby. She is my tried and true method, and I have a full video of this setup up here, but because this is a recap, let's go into how I've been using it the past week, month, and how I've been finding some of the system and what can I do to be better. So I have a content piece here, and this is where I'm like things I want for our home, packages, tracker, and then I have a May and June review fold out insert refill that I have on my store, Jen's Papel. So, and this is my shop, which I have started just selling my inserts and refills. So you will find this one on the store for the rest of the year. I bundled it for a decent price, so I hope that this will help you if you're interested. And how I use this is that I have a tracker on one side, and in the tracker I'll track down my spending habits, mindful eating, vitamins, eye drops, just so I can see general correlation in mood of when I'm not feeling too well versus when I am doing good, and where have I fallen short in some of these habits. As you can see, I'm not really good at putting my eye drops in, neither am I good at catching up with UX and even my UX reading, and that's kind of reflecting in this month too. Yikes. On the inside, I have a fold out, and in this fold out, I am kind of using this as a content tracker. When have I uploaded? When have I also edited and filmed too? But I have not been as successful because your girl doesn't have a content making process. She just makes stuff whenever she wants to. So in May, I think I released my Thailand vlog video at the beginning of June, almost ended in May. And I'm hoping to release this video by the 30th of June. So that's in like 2 weeks, like literally a couple of days. So maybe I'll have to film this and edit it just as I go. But we'll see. Then this is my May and June like review of, I guess, how did I perform as myself as Genna, and a mix of how did I perform as Jen's Pens. So I have my priorities, which I have correlated to the quarterly goals at the back. And then I write about the media that I have, some things I have struggled with this past month, my wins, some new stuff that I've done, or some new places I've tried out to eat, some stats, so tracking down my my Instagram followers and my YouTube subscribers, and then a little reflection on how the month has gone generally, so then I can see how I've been feeling in total. Yeah, I have nothing much else to say. I got this idea planned by Jaila when she does her monthly recap, and it's a very lovely reflection, because I will use this to ladder up to my end of year reflection, which I'll go into soon. So let's see. This is my monthly. I use the Plotter monthly spread to track down my general expenses. What have I purchased that day? And I strike through when have I not spent at all. When have I like impulse spent? So I guess it's a duplication of the intentional no spend, but this is more like a tracker of like when did I spend, what did I spend my money on? Like today, I spent some money on coffee and also on a Woolies trip, a grocery trip on the way home. So we'll write that down. Yeah, I really want to do like a financial check-in framework where I do like a workflow, user flow. Wow, my job's coming in. To map out like how should I be doing my financial check-ins, because I want to be better at my finances and overall spending. Like I probably have a spending problem, dopamine hits, but I'm just trying to do better. I do want to do a section about it, but we'll see. Here I tend to carry around last month's stuff so I can see if I have anything else I need to close off. And I also carry like the next month's stuff too. So I do it per quarter if I can. So you can see that I'm carrying around July here as well, and a little bit of April. So it's not really set in. So how do I use my weeklies? Let's go to a more full week. So I'll do this week. So I don't think there's much in here that's private, but in here I write down events that mainly happen. Today I had an offsite at work, and tomorrow I have dinner with my in-laws, and Saturday I have a lunch outing with my auntie who's over from the Philippines. In this middle aisle, I will write down tasks for the day or interesting anecdotes from the day. So when packages have arrived, tasks I need to do for my husband and I, and general things that ladder up to the focus. So my focus of this year is to film my mid-year techo kaigi, which I'm doing tonight, and working on some of my refills. So looking up, maybe doing a single month, like two page per week. Month and 2 pages spread. So I'm still studying the ins and outs of creating refills. I'm really interested in it. This section here is all about just an inbox of stuff that's happening. So when things pop in, I'll just write it here, or rough quick ideas if I have my planner out. And this last bit is recently, so media that I'm consuming or stuff that I have read. So it's cultural, I guess. I just finished Natural Beauty by Ling Huang, and it's such a good read. I really loved her book Immaculate Conception. I read it in May, and I'm still thinking about it today. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. But yeah, this is my week. So I have used this methodology for a little while now. This is my archive for my weeklies and such. So this is just a little reference for me to understand, to see what happened and such. So I have been using the same framework for a while now. Yeah, like since my hobonichi weeks, I use it pretty much all the same. So when things are busy, then I will then I will like not have as busy weeks. But I like having an archive of my tasks and things because your girl really is interested in what I did and seeing if I don't know, like it's just interesting to have this archive of tasks of who Genna was like last year or 2 years when she was using it. So yeah, this is my weeklies. In the next section, I have my commonplace, which is a new framework. And I haven't been great at keeping up with this because it's been a busy season for me at work. This is my index slash reference where I talk about where I use a dotted, the dotted sticker system popularized by Megan Rhiannon, and it is really interesting. I haven't really used it too much, but I'm learning. And this is how I do a framework for my commonplacing. So with my commonplacing, I will read a media, consumed media, and then I will copy or transcribe it in here, and then I will categorize it and recall and reflect on the media if I so choose to. So I tend to do copied stuff when it comes to like nonfiction. But for fiction or reviews, I do lots of like musings and thoughts. I doubled this commonplace as like my media review section, and I'm way behind in catching up with it. I have a couple of book reviews on my notes app on my phone, for example. But look, this will be here when I have the mental capacity. The next section is my Dear Diary, and I don't want to go over too much into it, but my Dear Diary is where I will do some morning pages and musings, and I also have another refill binder. This isn't it. This is my, I think this is my commonplace. Yeah, this is my commonplace archive. So, but I have one for my Dear Diary, which is packed. And I would just write down my musings, the date, and it just helps me brain dump in the mornings what I do. So I brought this to my offsite today, and I also use it to write down work notes and things that's happening with my job. I'm a product designer, so I just chatted with my team today about how our team is going with all the changes at work. How can we be better at product design? So I wrote it all down here, which I won't loop into. This next section is my lists, index, reflections, and this first part here is my 2025 reflection. I like to carry around with me because once a month before I sit down and write about my goals in my May and June or monthly review, I will read over my reflection again and anchor myself to the overall yearly and then my yearly goals here. And then that breaks down to my quarterly goals. And then I will write down those monthly goals. So it's a really good framework that I've started to define to get a little more granular. My 2026 goals are my lighthouse goals. My quarterly goals are the actionable intentions to create my 90-day milestones. And these are the milestones I want to hit. And then my monthly goals are the 3 specific milestones and actions and habits for the month that I want to complete. And then my weekly goals are my purposeful priorities for when I want to get stuff done. And that ties into daily tasks. But of course, life gets busy, and as you can see, I have not hit a lot of my career finance. Even this month, I'm not going to be able to hit some of these things, but look, I am trying to be better, and I'm getting better in other ways that I have not directly tracked here. But that's where I guess the quarterly reflection areas help me understand the story of the quarter/year. To go briefly into it, I go over my highlights, so some of the highlights of the month, then my challenges. So what are things I'm struggling with, how Jen's Pens is going, what were my favorite media, so I can remember what's been going on in my head, and some things that I want to do next quarter, which I have done. I've done some of these, so yeah. So with quarter two, just to do a quick recap because we're already at the end of it, I have finished all my Thailand videos. I've released I'm going to be releasing my bundle foldouts quite soon. And I've not finished my Philippines journal, which I will get into. Health, I have not done. I've done one self-care diet. I've also decluttered some things, and I've been slipping on my sleep hygiene this past week, but overall getting better. And career and finance, I've saved that much. Yay. Haven't finished my AA course or read that book, but I've already audited my husband and I's financial habits. So I'd say that I'm going well. Work has been busy, but yeah. So the adulting log has been great too. So I will go over this also at the beginning of the month to see what I need to do that month. This section is stuff I should be doing monthly. This section is stuff I do every quarter. And the rest is like on occasion, health and wellness. So yeah, it's been great. So then I can remind myself when I've done stuff. And finally is my 2026 no buy rules. This was quite comprehensive, and let's see how well I've been doing. I will say that I did have a time when I went to Thailand, so I spent quite a bit on stationery there, but that is holiday money. That is not day-to-day spending, and I have been doing great. Except it's not now, except I've opened up the window about like the amount of stuff I purchase. I think I'm changing it to the shop. So how many times have I shopped for stationery? So because I found in quarter one I was quite limited and it was per item, but now I think I am doing it per shop, which makes a little bit more sense to me. I'm just trying to reduce how much time I shop, but I'm gonna also be conscious about how much in that shop I've shopped for, if you kind of get what I'm saying. So I will say this is both a pro and a con, because I have been a better no to everything, but also suppressing that urge to buy stuff has made me want to buy more. And I'm doing fairly well on the non-impulse stuff, and I have also a separate section for refills purchased because I consider it as an essential thing. And I've been really good at also buying from my stationery wish list. So I did buy the so-and-so Clairtian, which is great, and the clip sticker, which is great. Everything else, I think it's still like in progress of thinking. So yeah, I think this has been a really, really good system for me to have, and this helps me be a little bit more conscious of the purchases that I make, essentially. On the fashion front, let's see. Yeah, I've been doing quite good in the fashion front too. Again, I did have that Thailand trip, but then there's also been instances where because in Thailand trip I bought so much, but there's also been instances where I've been decluttering, but I haven't been documenting what I've decluttered, which is good because that means I've been decluttering more than I've been buying, and I don't want to be someone that hoards too much clothes. But yeah, it's been a great system for me so far. This is probably such a successful thing for me to have. Like, there are some areas that I am kind of failing at in keeping up, like media watchdog that I have here in book spread, because I do this a little bit digitally. I track my books on Goodreads or Storygraph, and then I use Letterboxd for media watched. I also have my 2026 faves, which I should be a little bit better at filling out. Quarter one, I didn't have quite a lot, but I'm hoping to use this information for a video at the end of the year. Here's a quick sneak peek, and maybe I will do a little bit more into it at the end. But yeah, this is my plotter, and I'm really grateful for her. She anchors me, she keeps me stable, and when I don't have her, I'm quite lost. So my next book is my Hobonichi 5-year techo, which is bread and butter again, and I've been using it for the past 4 years. So the way that I track things is I track down the day, because the day changes depending on the date. I write down the time that I've written this entry. So I tend to write stuff in the evening, interestingly enough. And then I write down temp and the weather and a quick recap of the day. This information will help me. So the way that this information helps me is that it helps me inform my memory keeper journal, and then eventually also helps me see patterns and things that have been recurring in my life. So, and it just helps me see an archive of who I was at that time, and like what reappears at the time. I have no problems, and I'm thinking to get another 5-year techo when this finishes up after next year. Next is my memory keeper. So I am still in my memory keeper. I am using a clear so-and-so cover in my burgundy red Love and Trip notebook. And this memory keeper has been with me since February. This is my 8th volume, so I have a couple of I have a couple that I finished at the beginning of the year. I'm fully caught up with my last year's memory keeper, so that's great. I guess the way that I use this memory keeper is I use these date cards. These were made by my friend Carm Journals, and I use it as like a title card. And I did a vision board for the year here of things I want to do this year, and hoping to have them just hoping to have this like embody and inspire me, you know. If I go into some of the spreads, so some of my spreads, they're just a recap or an extended visual version of my recap in my 5-year techo, and this has been fun. Like, I just took a break in March because most of March was actually spent in Thailand, and April too. Like, literally March was only one spread, lol, and then April is an even smaller spread because I spent most of March in Thailand. But it just shows like the story of who I was at the time. But yeah, I love my memory keeper. It is my fun way to recap and just reset and remember some of the great things that have happened in my life. I am currently in the process of doing a couple spreads. This one I just finished the other night of when I went to visit art gallery with my husband, and I have one in progress. I'm almost finished this insert. I've only got a couple pages left of when I went to the Archibald Prize with my wonderful friend Carms. But yeah, this just reminds me how good life is, and how there's so many fun moments hanging out with my friends and other people. But yeah, will continue to use my memory keeper, and if I don't finish it, then that's okay. Memories are there for a reason. I will put this away from the firelight. finally is my travel journals. I will bring out my Philippines journals too, so you can see a full picture of where I'm at. Firstly, the Philippines travel journal. I am now on my second refill, and I have just a couple of days left, I think. If I bring out this, yeah, I have literally just 3 days left, and then I'm done. I'm literally done. It's crazy, but I am finished with all the spreads from my friend's wedding, for example, which I will show. This was my friend's wedding, gorgeous, and the keepsakes that she gave us for the wedding. And these are some of the spreads from my pre-wedding photo shoot, for example. As you can see, I have not written in any of this, and I'm slowly catching up with it whenever I do journal jams with friends. It's always like something for me to go back to as an activity. But I love having these memories because these memories help me anchor myself and remember time with family is important. But yeah, I've literally just printed out photos from from the last couple of days. Like I'm only just a couple pages in, but this will get done when she gets done. So almost there, guys. Finally is my Thailand journal. So this is what it took for me to Thailand, and I think I am still I'm still nowhere near where I should be on this too. I'm still in Chiang Mai. We went to Bangkok and we also went to Phuket. So if that's for reference, like this one will probably be finished next year. But I love my Thailand journal. I think it's really interesting to see how much I've grown in terms of my journaling style since I guess my Philippines trip. Bigger images versus smaller images, more white space and more space to write, and having just more room to think and more breathing space basically when doing things. So I really enjoy this this contrast, but you can still see how much my style has developed over the year. So yeah, I still think that travel journals and stuff are fantastic archives of when you went to and when you did activities with your friends and loved ones. And I absolutely think that I will finish this one day. I will finish this one day, and I will be looking back on these memories with my kids or with my husband, and we will remember the good memories of our trip. So yeah, that is all of my updates when it comes to my journal so far and planners this year so far. I'm keen to see what are things I do to help planning. I'm thinking to get a planner for work because I do like how I have at work a physical, like a digital planning system, but sometimes writing stuff down sticks. And I also have like a conference journal, conference notebook here that I brought to a couple of forums now. And it's always nice just to have something down to write things into. Yes, I could use my my passport edition. I could possibly just use this and call it a day. But the problem with passports is that they don't stick flat like plotter does or something. So I'm considering getting another plotter or another personal binder, maybe a Me Plus, but I'm still thinking about it. It's not even in my wish list, so that's how you know it's like a seed sprout brewing. But I think that this is all that I have for today. I hope that this inspires you to keep documenting, keep making memories, and to be creative with with how you plan, and be flexible with how you approach things. This is, like, again, just a fun hobby at the end of the day, and a way for me to organize my ever so fast thinking thoughts. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. My name is Genna, aka Jen's Pens, and I will see you at the end of the year when we go over the year that was, how successful all of these things were in general, what other changes I've made since, and I hope that my growth and changes have inspired you in some way. I will see you in the next video, and yeah, maybe my next video will be unboxing, or my next video will be me switching fountain pen inks and just catching up in general about stuff going on in my life. The dates might be out of sync, but I'm keen to catch up with you. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, have a lovely day, evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.